Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, first off, this is a really fun day because this is our full moon, our final full moon of the year, our super moon. Later on, I'll be doing a special little bonus cold moon Pleiades message. So, stay tuned for that. But right now, I just put out an urgent message and it kind of left us with something I felt like needed an additional follow up to. And so I wanted to go ahead and just, it stirred up a concept of what is hidden, what is the moon revealing right now, what is coming into full fruition. Also, guys, if you did not already know this, every zodiac has had a full moon message, which is titled, like the red string of fate. I did a kind of a different inspiration for the full moon this time. So if you're looking for your zodiac, please know all 13 zodiacs have been done. So you'll find each one in your respective playlists. And of course, you'll find Cancer over on Tarot Dog because I do Cancer over there on my other channel. So what has been hidden that this moon is revealing? And I feel like this could be a big reveal because this is the end of the year. We have the Chariot, we have the Seven of Cups, a 10 of Pentacles, and a 5 of Wands. What's been hidden is every damn day, maybe many times a day, somebody thinks about getting in their car and driving off and going toward whatever, whomever they consider to be their 10 of Pentacles. I just did like a urgent message like 2 days ago, I want to say, that had to do with like a crystal ball, but it was, I don't know. I'm just the crystal balls were really visible in the setup that I used for today as well. And I just think that this probably goes with today's urgent message pretty nicely, but we'll see. That's a crystal ball, or maybe we could call that a moon. We have the Knight of Cups upright. We have the Page of Swords sideways, and we have the 5 of Swords upright. Every single day, possibly a Cancerian, possibly a masculine, thinks about, fantasizes about leaving, taking off, going toward their 10 of Pentacles. And I would say that there's what's hidden is like there's a lot of fighting about this, which I feel like he denies flatly. He or she denies flatly. No, that's not. I say that because this is fighting and this is like I'm spying, but I'm hiding the fact that I'm spying. And with that Knight of Cups, I mean, we can see that wistful, faraway look. It's like, of course, that's what he's doing. But there's like, I don't want to cause a fight, so I don't want to say anything, even if there's already arguments and fights that are popping up because it's kind of an obvious, like you're not really present. You're thinking about being somewhere else. Where is it that you want to be? Let's stay with this deck a little bit longer. Who is either going to start a fight or be, engaging in a fight if they were to speak the truth about this? Magician, 9 of Pentacles, a World in the reverse. Whomever, and this could be somebody who looks into their own crystal ball. This could be a Gemini, this could be a Virgo, this could be a Capricorn, or maybe Taurus, but a lot of earthy energy here other than also that Gemini. But it's someone who I almost think is at that point where they're like, look, if you want to leave, just leave. What are you doing? Like, why don't you just go start another situation and go be single if that's what you want? It almost feels like somebody keeps their ears open all the time. And it's this bunny rabbit kind of looks like they look like they haven't slept well in a while. It feels as if somebody hiding the fact that they consistently are this close to leaving, that is causing somebody else to just be distressed because it's like, look, I'm trying to plan a future here. And if you ain't a part of it, then go. But like, I'd be better off single or alone, or maybe this is about a job. It's like, boss is like, look, if you've got one foot out the door, go ahead and leave so I can hire somebody else for the position. It feels like whomever this is that would be irritated because they feel like this, we're going to say this masculine is kind of checked out and is wishing that they were somewhere else. It's not that well hidden, is it? Not from this person either, because it feels like they're this close to saying, you know what, I think I want to be single, or you know what, I think that this isn't working out. it feels like that message could be coming anyway because of that magician. It's like, I have to plan a future. And so for the future, it has to be really like they have their own agenda, right? They have to plan a future. And I'm thinking it's not going to have to do with this, like, we'll say that masculine who seems like they're always on the cusp of leaving. So let's go back to them. What is it that is your true 10 of pentacles? Since that's where we have the crystal ball or the moon, so their hidden like desire of where they really want to be. 3 of pentacles, judgment in the reverse, knight of wands upright. Where they really want to be is, and again, we keep seeing them wanting to get in, I think, a white truck and drive, even if it takes all night. Maybe they drove to her once upon a time. I only say her because they've come across as a masculine. And what we have here is like, there's somebody who they really feel is part of their tree of life. There's somebody that maybe they, in all of this, like energetic, like I almost came to her. I almost just left and reconciled with her, but then I didn't. And she, I think, whomever their 10 of pentacles is, the person they really wish that they could have either a family with, a tree of life with, it appears that there's an energetic cord where multiple times she felt like, oh my God, I almost feel them coming toward me. And you notice that we have like that same tree of life right here in the middle, both times, very well lit up. Actually, it's a little bit like the backdrop. I'm glad I have this backdrop up because I feel like it fits this really well. It's like she sensed them about to reconcile once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times, and then nothing happened. She's somebody who's given up on them. And yet that's the person that is their 10 of pentacles. And I feel like she sensed their almost coming toward her many, many times, but they didn't. They continue to sit in this secret, like, that's where I want to be. That's the only place I want to be. That's where I wish I was. That's where I'd like to be kind of energy. But even though they sit there and they feel all that, this is just uncovering what's been hidden, right? Those secret desires. Let's take a look at their 10 of pentacles, the person that they want to go toward, the person that we just referred to as a her. Bear in mind, I don't actually read for genders. This could be either or same sex, but let's take a look. We have a 4 of wands. We have the devil. She says, I would have married this person, and wow, what a toxic mess this is. I thought they were my one. I thought they would always return to me, and I thought for sure we would be married and we would nest. But there's also like maybe she deep down has hidden this idea that I think that was a toxic, dream, an unrealistic dream, or maybe they got me hooked on that unrealistic dream and made me want them like that. Hang on. What is hidden for you that is being revealed? Knight of Wands, Page of Wands in the reverse. She ended up saying, but I think they were just a player and I don't want a player. So deep down at this point, I almost think she's not attracted to them at all because she sees them as nothing more than a player. And I think she's hidden that even from herself, although not hidden it that well, because we do have her here saying it was supposed to be everything, but then it was such a shadow of what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be light. It was supposed to be beautiful. And instead it was nothing but this dark, messy, like shadow. This is somebody who came to me for nothing more than passion when I wanted to believe and did believe that it was so much more than that. Here's the thing. 2 things are true at the same time in this story. And that's the other big reveal here. 2 things are true at the same time. Yes, they acted like a knight. They would still like to race into her life. They have wanted to again and again and again and again. And they have also wanted to be in something stable with her. But this person is very unstable. They're very unstable. They hide their true emotions. They hide their true desires. They hide all of it, even though the truth of it is they weren't just a knight. They weren't just a player. They really wanted to be with her, have always really wanted to be with her. And yet, I think that probably the $1 million question here is, can we uncover, especially right now with this super moon, last moon of the year, let's just get down to it. Let's get this final real big wind up here and say, why do you hide the way you actually feel? What is your real reason for hiding the way you feel? 8 of Wands. Because if they reveal how they really feel, then they need to take action. 3 of Pentacles. If they say how they really feel, then that's it. They're going to be leaving one situation and going directly toward her, which is what they wanted. And it's going to be work. There's going to be work to change their life. There's going to be effort to dismantle their previous life if they were still with somebody else but were pining for her. We have the Moon and we have the Ten of Swords, and deep down there is a profound fear of change. And there may also be a profound fear of, what if I dismantle the life that I currently have to go be with the person that I think of as my 10 of Pentacles? And what if she doesn't want me one day? Now I will have lost whatever my supposed stability was to go be with the person I really wanted to be with. But what if she decides she doesn't really want me on down the road? Or what if it's too late? She already doesn't really want me. So the dilemma of somebody that, I mean, this, I would say it's this very deep-seated fear that they've had a hard time, like, coughing up and letting those words come out of their mouth, just even in their own mirror to tell themselves the truth of this. The truth is, I'm petrified of change, but more petrified that I would make this change. I would go toward her. I would start to build a new life, and then she would not want to stay with me. The person that I most want to be with, what if she doesn't want me? And I can't handle that ending. Is it because you just don't want to be without your safety net of the previous connection? Or is it that she's the one you couldn't handle losing? 10 of Wands. Because this is a very romantic card, I would lean more heavily toward it would crush them if they made this change in their life. They went to be with the person they really wanted to be with, and then she didn't want them at some point. It would ruin them as far as like their emotions go, or that's how they feel. And it's probably because this is the romanticized as the person they most wanted to be with. This is the I kind of think it's the love of their life that they're petrified to actually go be with. But instead, talk about like wasting time. This is, I mean, look, very tough, reveal on this. Let me ask this. How do you really feel then about this person that you say is your 10 of Pentacles, your 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, and 4 of Cups? Deep down, they feel like she's the one I'll never be with. She's the one I will live in a regret over. She's somebody who maybe I've wanted every lifetime, and I've I've always found some way that I couldn't be with her. Never end up with her, never get the satisfaction, always live in this regret. So who she is to you is somebody you are prematurely regretting and feeling blocked from ever being with, when really, are you aware that the blockage is your own deep-seated fear that what if she won't want me? The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles says she's so grounded. So you are scared of her. And the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Yes, they're completely aware that this is their fear. She's too good for me. Are you like sitting there and really acknowledging that, facing that fear today during this full moon? 4 of Swords. They're sitting in silence today, just like we have them sitting here. They seem to do a lot of sitting and thinking. Maybe this person has a job where there's a lot of downtime and they have to sit and wait on things, or maybe they're just very far away look in their eyes today. But they are hearing messages coming in from the universe today with that 4 of Swords. This is where we go silent and we just hear and we just listen. What does the universe have to say? Universe, do you want to give them a message? No, let me reframe that. What is the message you will actually hear today from the universe? Because this is a very powerful moon, being that it's a super moon. It's a moon that reveals things. It's a moon that helps us release things. The message coming in from the universe, the one that they'll hear anyway, And remember, there's what we say and then, or what anybody says, and then there's what we actually hear based off of, what we're willing to like allow to filter in. 7 of Wands, Page of Swords. The universe is saying to them, and they're actually hearing this, you need to, again, since you're already sitting down anyway, sit down and ask yourself, what are the obstacles that are bothering and troubling your mind? Really look at those. Gather information about those obstacles that you really have in your mind. 10 of Cups, Page of Cups. Think about what you really want. You want to be really happy. You want the 10 of Cups. And those obstacles that you really need to look at is like, I found my 10 of Cups. And I fear I don't have enough to offer, or I fear that I would have to say that I'm sorry to the person that I would most want to be with. And so maybe the real fear is she'll never have me back. That could be the real set of obstacles that they actually face, even more so right now than, like, what if she doesn't want to stay with me? This is, what if you saying sorry that I didn't already have the courage to do this? It's almost like what we're seeing is they have levels of fears that then have created problems. They didn't already choose to be with the person who is their 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. We keep seeing the culmination, the person they most want. They're the Queen of Pentacles, the person they most want. The real fear is, how would I say I'm sorry that I didn't already just step forward to be with you? I was scared you wouldn't want to stay with me, so I was scared to change anything in my life to be with you. Can I ask, universe, is he then currently in a connection with someone else? Because that is what it appeared to be. The Hermit, no, not exactly. He's, look, if there is some other connection, it's not a connection at all. This could be living separately while still being married or something. I don't know. They're very much on their own, very much on this own dark night of the soul path. This is not somebody who's genuinely connected to another person, which is weird because we kind of looked at it and we said, so they're keeping it hidden, the fact that they sit and they think about her all the time. And the person who would be irritated, I did say maybe it could be a boss. Like a boss is saying, look, if you don't want to be here, just go. It could be that they're doing a bad job at their job today, because this actually says they aren't in another connection. We have a 2 of Wands, but there's still this, like, I don't know what to do. I feel like this person is so lost today, because it is a day to take action, to release energy, and to go ahead and make a decision about what you're going to do. And the universe is saying it is time that you make a decision about what you're going to do. Final message on this. What message are they hearing from the universe? Ace of Swords. It is time to take action. We're going to leave this here. Unless you guys want a part 2 on this one, let me know in the comments. If I get at least 100 comments that say part 2, I will do a part 2. All right. 500 thumbs up and 100 comments. The reason I ask you guys to do that is because I don't want to create content that nobody wants to watch. Whereas if, at least 100 of you, 500 of you want it like that, then it's worthy of me, investing the time. But I don't want to put out content and everybody's like, okay, I wish you would have moved on to something else. So anyway, that's why I ask you guys. It does also help the channel. So thank you guys for interacting with the videos. Thank you for letting me know what you want. That is what determines what I create. So it is very much, why would I make stuff that nobody wants? So anyway, guys, thanks. Lots of love. Bye.